Now on 4 News Now at 6, packs of teenagers are attacking people in downtown Spokane. What the city is doing to protect you and your family.
We have a warm-up on the way and just in time for the weekend. I'll let you know how warm it's going to get in your First Alert forecast.
And post-fall schools will be moving to Monday through Thursday classes next fall. What the school district is doing to make sure kids have a place to go while their parents are at work. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
We have seen a trend of groups of juveniles roaming in packs looking to prey on other people.
That's Spokane Police Chief Craig Meidel talking about a string of violent crimes in downtown Spokane committed by groups of teenagers. The chief says those teens carry pepper spray, knives, sometimes guns. He's asking parents to get involved in their children's lives.
Officers arrested 3 teens they say stabbed a man on the Monroe Street Bridge just 2 days ago. According to SPD's CompStat report, so far this year there have been 40 aggravated assaults in downtown Spokane. That's up from 28 this time last year, and that's a 42% increase during that time frame. Our Vanessa Perez is live at Riverfront Park tonight with what's being done to crack down on this crime trend.
Well, yeah, Riverfront Park is one location where these violent attacks have happened in recent weeks. Police say they've responded to teenagers who committed these violent attacks with knives and guns.
All right, let's go.
Spokane natives Rachel and Jordan Hill brought their daughter to Riverfront Park. They've seen their city change over the years.
You know, I feel pretty safe down here as long as the sun is shining, you know, and there's other people around. Yeah, we feel pretty safe enough to bring our daughter down here.
Ashley Brownlee, the owner of Garland Resale, says her business mostly untouched by crime, but she's felt the impact right outside her door.
Myself and my employees have had their cars broken into, mostly petty crime, so nothing like really huge, but small things that become annoying, and they're definitely an inconvenience.
Police say car prowlings have dipped in downtown. However, in just the last several weeks, police say teens have attacked or threatened people 4 different times.
They are roaming the streets with pepper spray, with guns, with knives, with other weapons and other tools. And after they commit these acts, they're changing clothes. They're splitting up and going in different directions.
And just recently, the police department adjusted its shifts, essentially doubling the number of officers it has patrolling downtown.
That progress includes quick arrests of numerous juveniles who have been behind much of the violence and the disruption to families, employees, our businesses, and visitors trying to enjoy the downtown area recently.
Police Chief Craig Meidel is calling on parents and guardians to be involved in every aspect of their child's life.
I will tell you, as a parent, I've had to tell my kids there's certain people I would not let them hang out with because I didn't think that they were going to help my child make good decisions.
And there are more suspects still out there, but the chief says it shouldn't drive people away from downtown. He says his officers know who these suspects are and are working actively to arrest them. Moving into the summer, you can expect to see more officers patrolling places like here at Riverfront Park. Live in downtown, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Vanessa. And Good Morning Northwest anchor Derek Dice spent a morning with Spokane Police to see firsthand what officers are dealing with on a day-to-day basis. To see what he learned and what police say is the #1 issue facing downtown crime, look for Derek's special report on KXLY.com.
Here's a live look at construction of the new stadium in downtown Spokane. Spokane School Board was supposed to vote on an official name last night. The vote was tabled because of concerns from the Spokane Tribe and the school board. One of the names being considered was the North Bank Stadium, presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians, but it hasn't been discussed with the Spokane Tribe. That was one of the criteria assigned by the school board. The stadium sits on ancestral land of the Spokane Tribe. The board also wants Spokane included in the name. The Public Facilities District argues North Bank is an acceptable substitute. Well, members of the school board disagree. They say North Bank is not well known and that they want the stadium name to be recognized across the region.
The school board also took issue with naming the sports field Northern Quest Field. Board members say that name also violates naming criteria because it references gambling, which is against SPS policy. Board members have not said yet when the vote will be rescheduled. You're going to want to have your hiking boots or any outdoor outfits planned out.
Why'd you look at me?
I was imagining.
Outfits. I see how it
You've got
is.
some good outfit choices, right? For hiking.
None that I would wear to work. Let's
Fashion
change
show,
the topic, though.
fashion show.
Let's send it over to Chris Crocker to see what outfit we'll be wearing this weekend.
Well, I feel like you can dress in layers because we're going to be able to warm up a little bit as we get into the weekend. Here's a look at our high temperatures today. We've been running below average by a little more than 5 degrees. 40s at Fairchild Air Force Base, at the airport, 49 in Hayden, 46 for the high in Coeur d'Alene. Tomorrow, we're going to be about 5 degrees warmer around the region. A lot more 50s on the map compared to the 40s of today. Will be a little bit warmer Saturday and even warmer on Sunday. Not necessarily completely dry. We have these very hit and miss sprinkles around the region this evening, which may turn into flurries in spots before things dry out, and those will reemerge again tomorrow afternoon and evening on a very isolated basis. You folks around Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint, more likely to see sprinkles than down around Spokane, and certainly dry conditions for Moses Lake and Ritzville. Your Friday planner, a high temperature of 53 degrees. Again, warmer than today, not quite up to our average high of 56. Expect a mix of sun and clouds, and wouldn't rule out a sprinkle in town, but more likely those will stay in the mountains. I'll be back to tell you about how warm it's going to get this weekend. It is not going to last. We have some changes coming too. That's coming up in the 7-day forecast, Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. Well, crews are finishing up construction on the Thor-Freya corridor between Sprague and Hartson. That's been an area where there's been a lot of closures and delays because of the project. There will be sporadic lane closures in both directions as crews replace temporary markings with permanent striping. Work expected to finish by the end of April, and then more construction starts again in June. In downtown Spokane, a grind and overlay project on Riverside Avenue. That will finish up between Stevens and Wall Street. Work is set to finish there on April 22nd.
Today, a federal appeals court has partially blocked a Texas judge's order to pull the FDA's approval of mifepristone, an abortion pill that's been available for more than 20 years. The appeals court ruling says that it will allow the drug to be used for up to 7 weeks of pregnancy, not 10 weeks. Also, the drug can no longer be sent in the mail. Patients must also be supervised by a qualified physician over at least 3 office visits, reporting any adverse side effects. This all began with a Texas judge's decision last week that has been sparking protests from D.C. to L.A. Well, last week, Washington Governor Jay Inslee bought a 3-year supply of the drug to ensure Washingtonians will have access to abortion medication.
This is an attack on freedom, a freedom of a woman to make her own personal decision. It is both an insult to science and an insult to the women of the state of Washington who have to be protected from this intrusion.
The lawsuit was filed by a Christian legal advocacy group claiming the drug is unsafe, also claiming the FDA didn't study it enough before approving it.
A man was found dead on the Washington State University campus this morning near a residence hall. WSU police say officers got a call to the Stevenson Hall complex, found a body on the side of the building near some trees. They did not say if he was a student.
The Whitman County Coroner's Office was called. They came out and we're conducting a joint investigation at this time to determine the cause and manner of death.
Chief Jenkins says there is no active threat to the WSU community based on the information they have. The man's family has been notified. His name and cause of death will be released by the Whitman County Coroner's Office at a later date.
The Biden administration declaring a new type of fentanyl as an emerging threat to the nation. How this historic declaration could help develop more drug treatments coming up.
And it looks like El Nino is on the way. Coming up, I'll look at how that could change our weather later this year.
Some ranchers in Colville are worried about their livestock as a pack of wolves get closer to town. Why one man says the state needs to change its approach to handling wolves. Next on 4 News Now at 6.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
Save your greed! At Holiday, we're perfecting the air we share. Daikin's mission aligns with Holiday in advancing innovation every step of the way.
Fixed right or it's free. Holiday heating, cooling, and electric.
I just don't think STCU could handle us. We've grown a lot.
Can I be frank with you? Not just because that's my name. Now, we've upgraded our tools, team, and bring a fresh perspective.
So what's your pitch?
Slow down a bit. Growth's great, but uncontrolled growth, now that can be dangerous.
And how could growth be bad?
You ever seen a 6-foot-tall third grader sitting on Santa's lap? It's weird.
This is some sort of reverse psychology.
You can't drive 80 miles per hour down a highway that's not finished. You don't want to eat a grilled cheese.
I would have stopped at the first one.
I didn't know where I was going with that anyways.
I get your point, but I don't need STCU to help us slow down.
True, but we're happy to offer strategy and advice until you do need us. Sometimes, what's best for you doesn't boost our bottom line.
Sounds like STCU actually cares.
We do. All right, 3, 2, 1. I feel like we've had a breakthrough here today. STCU Business. Partner up.
It's the once-a-year spring tune-up event this week at the Cal Superstores in Airway Heights, Coeur d'Alene, and Spokane.
Hi, I'm George, and I'm offering great deals on over 300 of the best rigs in the region.
And I'm Mustachio, offering up to $600 in free upgrades with every vehicle sold, like lifts, light bars, fenders, and tires, so you can customize your ride. It's perfect! Like the deal and love your wheels.
Unbelievable, life-changing, first on GMA. His urgent need for a kidney donor and an unlikely match, his own wife.
I'm here to donate a kidney to my husband.
Tomorrow, their emotional story.
I mean, it's incredible.
On Good Morning America.
So, how's the menopause going?
Unexpected rage, hot flashes, exhaustion. Big fan.
Here's to being tired all day
and up at night.
Said no woman ever. Estroven relieves major menopause symptoms.
The most important thing that I want to carry on, my dad has a strong belief in, it sounds so simple, but taking care of the customer. And so to stay humble and realize that we are lucky to have them, I think that's an important trait to have.
Some ranchers in Stevens County are concerned about a wolf pack attack on their livestock. Right now, Washington Fish and Wildlife is investigating a gray wolf found shot and killed in Stevens County, and they're trying to track down a poacher using cell phone data.
Ranchers in Colville tell 4 News Now their hands are tied when it comes to the growing wolf population in Washington, and they're frustrated with their animals being hurt. Peter Choi has this story.
We had an increase in unlawful take of wolves in this last season.
The Department of Fish and Wildlife doesn't know the motive behind a wolf being shot yet. They hope to learn that if they catch the person who did it.
Challenges are remoteness, eyewitnesses, lack thereof, cameras. It's just those challenges alone make it the solvability of some of these crimes.
Now, the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife says the wolf pack is getting close to town. The ranch owners tell me these cows are their everything, and they're concerned about the wolf pack killing their animals.
This isn't a hobby for me. This is what pays my bills.
Raising cattle for years, local rancher Wes Matlock says the wolf pack is hurting his business.
They take up so much of our time and energy and resources trying to fight something.
My neighbors that pasture next to me, I don't know what they ended up with a total head count, but they lost a tremendous amount of cattle last year to the same pack of wolves.
Ranchers say they don't believe every wolf should be eliminated, but wants better management from the state to take care of wolves.
We've got to have a different management strategy to handle this. This isn't working.
A wolf should never die because it's doing bad things. And it's not to say that every wolf should die just because it's on the landscape. So somewhere in the middle is where we have to meet.
Fish and Wildlife Department says poaching comes with penalties.
Well, for most of these, they're gross misdemeanors. So which means up to a year in jail and $5,000 fine. And then they could lose their privileges, and there could be a civil penalty on top of that.
In Stevens County, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Our high temperature today, 49. 56 is our average high. We've had a few below average days in a row, but we're about to break that string. I'll let you know what to expect in this 7-day forecast.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Papa Murphy's.
This is how legends are made.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups or get $3,750 total value on a 2023 Silverado with a turbo high output engine. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
With prices of natural gas and propane skyrocketing, your heating bill is getting out of control. But before you turn down the heat, give the experts at Bill's Heating and Air a call. They have the latest in dual fuel technology to keep your family comfortable and utility bills low. And there's never been a better time to upgrade because now every furnace purchase comes with a free AC or heat pump. So call Bill's Heating today to get your free heat pump while supplies last.
We know that having a conversation with your teen about finances can be challenging. It's not a very exciting topic. Here at BECU, we know financial education is key, and it's not something that's always taught in schools. If you just go to BECU.org and search Money Smart Teens, we have a portal online. We offer a ton of tools and resources to help parents facilitate conversations with their kids about the importance of being financially well. We've found that it's really helpful to parents.
April showers brings mud, and that means it's time to go off-road. And everything you need is waiting at Snow's Auto. Shop over 100 custom wheels or crank up the sound with a new amp and subs. And this week, window tints are $50 off at Snow's Auto.
It's the once-a-year spring tune-up event this week at the Cal Superstores in Airway Heights, Coeur d'Alene, and Spokane.
Hi, I'm George, and I'm offering great deals on over 300 of the best rigs in the region.
And I'm Mustachio, offering up to $600 in free upgrades with every vehicle sold, like lifts, light bars, fenders, and tires, so you can customize your ride. It's perfect! Like the deal and love your wheels.
We have a few isolated sprinkles and flurries, or even flurries around the region. Those will be coming to an end with mostly cloudy skies overnight. Tomorrow will be a day very similar to today with that mix of sun and clouds. Still the possibility of some very light precipitation over the mountain areas, but a little bit warmer, high temperature of 53, and we have even warmer weather coming. Taking a broad view on our satellite and radar, it looks like spring with all those polka dot showers mainly over the higher terrain. We'll have a repeat of this tomorrow, but to a lesser extent. I think we'll see fewer showers developing. And here's our forecast radar starting off at the current time. We'll see things drying out tonight as the sun sets. We lose our daytime heating. We'll be in and out of the clouds though tonight. 7 a.m. we are dry across the area, but then we see those showers redeveloping in the heat of the day. Again, to a lesser extent, certainly forge ahead with your plans, and it is going to be a little bit warmer thanks to brief ridging of high pressure and an approaching system that is going to give us more of a southwesterly flow. That's going to bring our temperatures up more for Saturday. Here's the forecast as we get into Saturday. Again, getting more of a southwesterly flow. A weakening system will bring a chance of showers up along the Canadian border on Saturday and keep us in a fair amount of clouds. Then the next system comes in late on Sunday. That is going to bring a good chance of showers late Sunday and into early next week. Overnight lows tonight will be a little bit warmer. We've had a couple of nights in the 20s. Looks like we'll stay just above freezing in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. High temperatures tomorrow back up in the 50s in most locations, even Omak in the 60s. Then we're warmer for Saturday, close to 60 degrees. Still that possibility of some mountain showers. 60 on Sunday with rain coming in late in the day. Looks like it should be in the evening, but stay tuned. We're still fine-tuning the timing on that system. And then just as we get above average, we crash back down below through the rest of next week with a chance of showers almost every day next week. And while we keep waiting for that warm weather, we may get more than our fair share later this week. Meteorologist Matt Gray is here to tell us about a new El Nino watch, Matt.
That's right, an El Nino watch. Our friends at the Climate Prediction Center issued that today, which means it is expected to show up within the next 6 months. El Nino, part of the cycle of temperature changes across the tropical Pacific Ocean. That impacts weather patterns around the world. When the East Pacific is cool, it's La Nina, like the past 3 years, and skiers get happy and excited. And when it's warm, it's El Nino, and they get less so. There's a 60% chance for El Nino to start up between May and July. That gets up into that 80-85% range by the start of fall and into winter. El Nino in the northwest usually leads us to pretty warm and slightly dry weather over the course of a year. Now, since El Nino records began in 1949, here's the stats. 4 out of the top 5 and 11 of the top 25 hottest years since then, well, were El Nino years. 3 of the top 5 and 13 of the top 25 driest years in Spokane were El Nino years too. You can probably catch my drift, but that is not all. 15 of the top 25 least snowy winters happened during La Nina as well. Not great when you look at the prospects for next ski season here as we end what's been a pretty good year. But it all depends really on how strong this El Nino becomes. The stronger it is, the more often we're going to see hot, drier, less snowy weather in the months ahead of us. Now, as it stands today, I would say that the odds for strong El Nino, they're a little bit too high for my liking, but we'll see what develops here in the months ahead. The last strong El Nino, that was back in 2015. That did not go very well for us at all, or really anyone. It was the hottest year on record for the planet, and a strong El Nino developing this year might be all but certain to set a new one.
Thank you, Matt. After numerous players and coaches announced their departure from the Gonzaga program, there may be some good news on the horizon. Alex Crescenti joins us with who may be stepping in the shoes for an open assistant coaching position next in sports.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Hit the ground running in the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport, or the Ridgeline, made more rugged with better off-road performance, and more capable with different driving modes available to conquer snow, mud, and sand. Adventure on in the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Experience the film that started it all as a live symphony orchestra performs with the full movie on the big screen.
Second show added. Get your tickets now at ticketswest.com.
Home is where you hang your hat, snuggle up, hide out. Home is where you're with the ones you love. Home isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, we're proud to call our communities home. And we're here with personalized home loans to help make your home dreams come true. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it.
Put some spring into your step with Great Floors. Shop exclusive specials throughout our showroom on carpet, luxury vinyl, and cultivated wood. Save on Karastan carpet, only $20.23 for a whole home installation. Our huge selection and expert team are here to help you recreate the perfect look and feel of your home. Great Floors offers 12-month 0% financing, so you are free to select the exact flooring you want. Visit a showroom today and live life on Great Floors.
Winning the $56,000 Fred's appliance upgrade at Northern Quest could change a lot about your kitchen. But eating your feelings in front of the fridge at 2 a.m.? Oof, that's still on you. Don't miss the $56,000 appliance upgrade at Northern Quest every Thursday in April. Get 1 free entry daily with your Canvas Rewards card and play for even more. Details at northernquest.com.
Look at this baseball field and this one. How about this one? Which one is next for a 4 News Now Extreme Team Diamonds and Dreams makeover? How about yours? Go to KXLY.com and tell us why your field deserves a makeover. Diamonds and Dreams brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pape Machinery.
After getting rained out up in Vancouver last week, the Spokane Indians finally returned home this week for their season opener. And through the first couple of nights, it's been the tale of two games. On Tuesday, it was the dominant pitching that led the way for the Indians for the win. But last night, Eugene flipped the script, and it was a completely different story. The Emeralds teed off on the pitchers of Spokane, bringing in 9 runs off of 11 hits en route to their win. Despite the poor play at the plate, it's not been all bad news, as catcher Braxton Fulford is off to one of the hottest starts you're ever going to see. He started the season 4 of 7 with 2 home runs, but he knows it's a long season and you really can't get ahead of yourself in early April.
You know, it always feels good to get some hits under your belt and see those numbers skyrocket up. But, you know, it's a long season. Got to stick with it, stick to our approaches, and keep doing good every day.
Game 3 between the Indians and the Emeralds is about to get underway from Avista Stadium here in a few minutes. And we're going to have the highlights for you coming up on Nightside later on. And the last week has been a stressful one, to say the least, for many Gonzaga Bulldog fans. They've seen an assortment of players and coaches announce they would be departing from the program, and were left in pretty much the same place we were last year, in a strange limbo. But today, perhaps some positive news. According to reports, the team is set to hire R.J. Barsh as an assistant coach. Barsh spent the past season down in Tallahassee as an assistant at Florida State, but before that, he spent 3 seasons at Boise State, where he was an assistant for longtime Gonzaga assistant Leon Rice. Barsh is expected to be in a similar role to that of Roger Powell, who left last week to take on the Valparaiso head coaching position. He is also a longtime native of the Pacific Northwest, attending the University of Puget Sound, and was the head coach at Tacoma Community College. Historically speaking, the Eastern Washington Eagles are known for their play at the quarterback position, and if the team wants to continue to be atop the Big Sky Conference, they're going to have to rely on a fairly new face at the position. Redshirt freshman Kekoa Vesperis has been taking the reps with the first team this spring after playing limited minutes last fall. Now, he did start the season finale against Northern Colorado back in November and played really well in the win, but now he may be taking the next step and becoming a leader on this team.
I would say my understanding of the game and just my development has been interesting and just a lot of fun. And getting those new guys like Mike and Jared out there and trying to pick them up, you know, and build my leadership role, I think, has been huge and something that I've been trying to incorporate.
Commanding the offense, being a leader, being energetic, and that's what's going to be contagious at some point. You know, they're not always going to be your best day every day, but you can make the most out of your day. So.
Is coming to an end sooner than we even expected. Eastern will conclude their spring practice with the annual Red-White game on Friday, April 28th. Aaron, Kirsten, send it back over to you.
Alex, thank you. We'll take a look at the new helmets that will be worn by quarterbacks across the NFL next season. The league saying the new QB helmet is meant to better protect them from concussions following an 18% rise in concussions across the league last year. New position-specific helmet factor in location and speed of head impacts that are unique to a player's role on the field. The Biden administration is calling a new form of fentanyl an emerging threat to the country.
What this new form is mixed with and what makes it so dangerous coming up. Plus,
the Post Falls School District is making the move to a 4-day school week. What prompted this decision and the concerns that lie ahead?
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda, home of the lifetime warranty.
Well, hi. Hey, I'm looking for a new Honda, but I heard some dealers are charging outrageous prices.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we're not doing that. With us, it's business as usual.
That's a relief.
And we include a lifetime warranty at no additional cost.
We are a family-owned dealership, and our reputation is far more valuable than overcharging our customers.
We want to be here for you today, tomorrow, and in the future.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Call today for our available inventory and check out our website at cdahonda.com.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
I just don't think STCU could handle us. We've grown a lot.
Can I
be frank with you, not just because that's my name. Now, we've upgraded our tools, team, and bring a fresh perspective.
So what's your pitch?
Slow down a bit. Growth's great, but uncontrolled growth, now that can be dangerous.
And how could growth be bad?
You ever seen a 6-foot-tall third grader sitting on Santa's lap? It's weird.
This is some sort of reverse psychology.
You can't drive 80 miles per hour down a highway that's not finished. You don't want to eat a grilled cheese.
I would have stopped at the first one.
I didn't know where I was going with that anyways.
I get your point, but I don't need STCU to help us slow down.
True, but we're happy to offer strategy and advice until you do need us. Sometimes, what's best for you doesn't boost our bottom line.
Sounds like STCU actually cares.
We do. All right, 3, 2, 1. Feel like we've had a breakthrough here today. STCU Business. Partner up.
April showers brings mud, and that means it's time to go off-road. And everything you need is waiting at Snow's Auto. Shop over 100 custom wheels or crank up the sound with a new amp and subs. And this week, window tints are $50 off at Snow's Auto.
The siege at Waco, 30 years later. Next, Inside Edition. She was married to cult leader David Koresh. She has 2 kids with him. What she's saying about the tragedy that ended in 76 deaths.
I lost a community.
Then, the girl who loved her pet goat. So why would the authorities take the goat away to be slaughtered for food?
This is deeply traumatizing for this family.
Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
The Post Falls School District is making a big change. It's moving to a 4-day school week next year. The district hopes this helps them keep more teachers and staff during an alarmingly high turnover rate.
Our Jordan Smith went to Post Falls to learn about the transition and the resources parents can use to make the switch.
That's right. Schools like Post Falls High and Prairie View Elementary right up the street are some of the schools that are going to be making this transition to a 4-day school week, Monday through Thursday. Over the past 2 years, the Post Falls School District has lost over a third of their staff, many of whom crossing over to Washington to earn better pay. School districts in Idaho are handcuffed for how much they can afford, certainly compared to Washington.
I started to wonder if time was worth more than money, because in Idaho, we're never going to be able to compete with Washington wages.
This 4-day schedule is designed to incentivize teachers to stay. Post Falls joins a growing number of Idaho school districts who are making the move to a 4-day school week, becoming the 79th district in the state to do so. With students generally excused on Fridays for athletic events or school activities, the schedule will be Monday through Thursday. In the event of a national holiday, that will shift from Tuesday to Friday. A schedule the district thinks will help with classroom retention. But there are some concerns, particularly when it comes to child care for parents who can't be home with their kids.
We have a GAP program, a before and after child care program that we run within our school district, and we've talked with our GAP supervisor about could we provide no-cost child care to those people who are already involved in our program on Fridays, so that it would be cost neutral for parents.
For students not already enrolled in that program, parents will have to foot the bill for child care. The district, however, has a partnership with the Boys and Girls Club, who agreed to provide low-cost child care on Fridays as a part of this transition to a 4-day school week. In Post Falls, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
New at 6:30, you may have noticed some wet roads in Coeur d'Alene today. Not because of the rain, it's actually being caused by the fire department. Today, the department was opening fire hydrants like you see on your screen all over the city. These tests are to double check that water is available in case of an emergency.
We did have a few sprinkles in Coeur d'Alene, actually, just in the last hour or so, and a few sprinkles on the radar remain, but they will not be around for long, and they don't amount to much. Little bit of a sprinkler or two on the windshield, otherwise you might not even notice if you were walking through them. Meanwhile, no precipitation reported at the airport today with this very light rain. We are running behind average year to date. We may make up a little bit of ground as we get into the end of the weekend, but tomorrow we are dry with a mix of sun and clouds and warmer weather too, a high of 53 degrees. 56 is our average high. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Chris, thank you. New at 6:30, a former friend of the Idaho Doomsday mom, Lori Vallow, accused of killing 2 of her kids, took the stand today. Melanie Gibb testified about her relationship with Vallow, and a recording of one of their conversations was played. In the recording, Gibb asked Vallow where her son JJ was and if he was safe. Gibb also confronts Daybell about why she had to ask her to lie about JJ's whereabouts to the police. Vallow is also accused of conspiring to kill her husband, Chad, Daybell's former wife. Both of them have pleaded not guilty.
The maker of the popular e-cigarette Juul is paying more than $400 million to multiple states for contributing to the rise of vaping among teenagers.
The settlement also stops the company from hiring anyone under the age of 35 for marketing their products to young people, with experts saying this sets a higher standard for all e-cigarette companies.
Our companies are also out there selling to our youth and addicting our youth to these products, which will likely have very devastating consequences for years to come.
Research from the CDC and the FDA show more than 2.5 million middle and high schoolers in the U.S. used e-cigarettes last year. Doctors say we still don't know the long-term effects of vaping on young people, but it can affect lung health.
I'm hopeful that it's going to send a strong message to other companies outside of Juul that these practices will not be tolerated.
The company says they are almost done with all their legal challenges that have now totaled more than $1 billion.
Today, the FBI arrested a 21-year-old member of the Massachusetts Air National Guard in connection to classified documents leaked online. CNN's Emily Schmidt has more.
In contrast to an alleged crime that started with quiet leaks of classified government information online, the arrest of a suspect unfolded publicly. News helicopters watched the FBI take a 21-year-old into custody outside his Massachusetts home.
Today, the Justice Department arrested Jack Douglas Teixeira in connection with an investigation into alleged unauthorized removal, retention, and transmission of classified national defense information.
The U.S. Attorney General spoke for only about a minute, but the leak itself has been a top priority since the Defense Department became aware of it about a week ago.
We continue to work around the clock, along with the interagency and the intelligence community, to better understand the scope, scale, and impact of these leaks.
The government has said little directly about the suspect. People briefed on the investigation tell CNN the focus had narrowed to people who had access to the documents and the Discord social media group where documents were posted. They contain details about the war in Ukraine and intelligence on both U.S. adversaries and allies. So how could a 21-year-old potentially have gotten access to it? The Pentagon's deputy press secretary points out this is a criminal act he calls a willful violation.
That if you locked your front door and somebody came into your house and took something, you followed your procedures and you locked your door, but somebody went in your house and took something and put it out on the street.
Jack Teixeira will make his first appearance in federal court Friday as the investigation continues and the Pentagon reviews who gets access to the country's secrets. I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
An urgent warning from a mom who says she was the victim of a terrifying voice cloning hoax. How to prevent artificial intelligence from targeting your family.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
So what are we going to do today?
Our show.
Oh, yeah.
From co-stars in life to co-hosts on Live.
Beginning April 17th on 4 News Now.
Dear road rivals, you may have 4 wheels, headlights, and a similar build, but our resemblance ends right there. You see, the Camry's been named best-selling car in America. But cheer up, wannabe twinsies. If you try harder, maybe you can catch up. Later, Toyota.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Join us for jackpots, food, and fun at Chewelah Casino. The more you play, the more entries you can earn in our Mo Money prize drawing, totaling over $18,000 in prizes and cash. That's right, 2 nights of grand prize drawings, April 15th and April 29th, starting at 6 p.m. Sun Club players could win grand prize bundles, including a riding lawnmower, leaf blower, weed whacker, and a self-propelled lawnmower. Learn more at ChewelahCasino.com.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Mike Kohler.
Leading with integrity and respect, Mike's volunteer work ensures Atlas Assistance Dogs is set up for long-term success.
Every time you see a picture of somebody who just graduated sitting there with their dog, the smiles are just incredible.
Mike is a founder of Atlas Assistance Dogs, which specializes in the training of service dogs for those with disabilities. Thanks to STCU for helping make sure volunteers count.
The last thing you want people thinking about when they're in their golden years is money. We have a new family member living with us, which is my mother-in-law, Kathleen. She has had MS since my husband's been 6. We have our caregivers that come into the home and help out with her. She gets showers every day. Walk Cares is a really unique program. As you get older, you're still cared for and you're still valuable. It's just great to know that if needed, Walk Cares will be there for them.
Attention do-it-yourselfers. Did you know Northwest Fence sells parts and pieces to the public? They'll even put together a materials list and installation instructions too. Come see the professionals at Northwest Fence today.
It's my daughter's voice crying and sobbing, saying, "Mom," and I'm like, "Okay, what happened?" She's like, "Mom, these bad men have me. Help me, help me."
That's an urgent warning from an Arizona mom who says she was the victim of a terrifying voice cloning hoax.
Yeah, Jennifer De Stefano says that when she recently received this call from an unknown number, she almost didn't pick it up, but her 15-year-old daughter was on a trip and she worried it could be an emergency, so she answered.
I just walked inside and started screaming for help.
They could have obviously been like putting some information together to try and track me or some of my siblings to actually make this a reality. So it definitely scared me.
De Stefano says a man demanded ransom in exchange for her daughter. Though he didn't want a wire transfer, he instead told her he'd pick her up. Within minutes, they confirmed with her daughter that she was safe, and she says it was all a scheme using artificial intelligence to replicate her daughter's voice.
Most people in the modern age have some form of an online identity and have probably spoken in some way, in some aspect that's been recorded, especially if you're under the age of 25. So this becomes very, very challenging as we move into a future where we do have these AI generators or synthetic audio when it comes to verification and validation.
Experts caution anyone with the right software can clone voices. It only takes a matter of seconds, saying scammers often find that audio on social media. So how do you protect yourself? Keep your online profiles private. Be wary of calls from an unfamiliar area code or international number. That could be an immediate red flag.
Well, after Matt's El Nino story earlier in that last half hour, if you missed it, check KXLY.com. I am not taking any ski days for granted. We're going to enjoy some great runs at Lookout Pass. They're going to be open Friday through Sunday. Snow tomorrow. They've got an inch of snow in the last 24 hours. 49 degrees north has 2 inches of new. They're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 47 degrees tomorrow. You don't have to bundle up too much. Silver Mountain open Saturday and Sunday, not tomorrow. Expecting some new snow tomorrow, however, so hopefully there'll be a little bit of fresh waiting for you on Saturday. Mount Spokane is closed for the season, but they have their fantastic season pass sale on, and then they've already got a full lineup of super fun things to do, camps and events this summer. They've really upped their summer game. And so check out the website. It's not just skiing at Mount Spokane anymore. And of course, the same holds true for Schweitzer. They're closed for the season for skiing, but still have their restaurants open and some fun things happening up on the mountain. And boy, as soon as it warms up a little bit more, all kinds of summer adventures at the ski hills. Today, our high temperature was only 49 degrees, and we started the day off at a chilly 29, both temperatures below average. Here's a look at our temperature trend over the next 7 days. We're going to have 2 days up above, Saturday and Sunday, and then this plunge back down into the 50s. This white line here is our average high. That continues to slowly increase. I've done this story before. We always have this very slow slog into the warmer months and a sharp drop into the winter months. And here's a look at the change in our average high temperature per month. And as you can see, we start off in January, just a 3-degree increase from the start of the month to the end of the month. It peaks at 9-degree change March, April, and May, which seems like a lot, but when you are anticipating spring, it does take a while to warm up. Now contrast that to our deep dive into fall. We dropped 12 degrees in September and 18 degrees in October, and that is why it seems like it takes so long for the spring warm weather to take hold. It's because it does, and it is certainly not exactly breaking down the door in the 7-day forecast, although we get a pretty nice taste of spring Saturday and Sunday with highs close to 60 degrees. A chance of mountain showers Friday and Saturday, and then rain coming in late Sunday and into Monday. Still working on the timing on that Sunday rain, but hopefully that will hold off until after you've had a chance to get out and have some fun. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. Many families in Florida trapped in their homes and travelers are stranded. It's been a historic rain event that paralyzed parts of the state.
Crews are still working to clear the roads and assessing damage, but more rain is expected to hit the area tonight. CNN's Gloria Pasmino has more.
Oh my God. Historic flooding in South Florida Wednesday.
What we're seeing here is a 1,000-year incident. No city could have planned for this.
The city of Fort Lauderdale paralyzed.
It's absolutely heartbreaking. I mean, you can see how shooken up I am, you know. I didn't plan on waking up like this.
I've been working in Fort Lauderdale for over 23 years, and I've never seen anything like this.
Residents taking in the damage after spending the night stranded in their homes.
Yeah, we lost everything.
More than 25 inches of rain fell in just 24 hours, according to preliminary reports from the National Weather Service, marking the rainiest day in Fort Lauderdale history.
All right, I'm gonna go back and get your mommy and daddy, all right, bud?
First responders out in force, wading through waist-high water to help trapped residents and motorists.
I've been stuck here now for about 40 minutes. So I've been watching the cars thinking I could make it, but I've had the car stall in water before, and so I'm just like, I'll just hang out.
At Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, a ground stop Wednesday, then closure. Stranded travelers trying to navigate as runways turned into lakes.
Trying to get back home, and they're telling us that the airport is closed, and so at this point we don't know what to do.
The airport will remain closed through Thursday. Officials plan to reopen it at 5 a.m. Friday. The National Weather Service is calling the floods a 1-in-1,000-year event or greater, and more rain is expected later today. I'm Gloria Pasmino reporting.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
At Holiday, we are perfecting the air we share. Daikin's mission aligns with Holiday in advancing innovation every step of the way.
Fixed right or it's free. Holiday heating, cooling, and electric.
Home is where you hang your hat, snuggle up, hide out. Home is where you're with the ones you love. Home isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, we're proud to call our communities home. And we're here with personalized home loans to help make your home dreams come true. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it.
It's time to spring into action and conquer the road ahead with Northwest Motorsport. Unleash your spring adventure at nwmsrocks.com/spring. We are Northwest Motorsport. We are trucks, and more trucks.
Are you building a new fence? Or maybe repairing the old one you've been looking at all winter? Or perhaps you just need a new gate for the backyard? Well, Northwest Fence can help. At Northwest Fence, we have all the parts, pieces, latches, and gates for your chain link, wood, vinyl, or iron fencing needs. So whether you need post or latches, or even stock gates, stop by our friendly showroom and we can help you out. And remember, nobody builds them better than Northwest Fence.
You work hard for your money.
And now you can get up to $1,200 back on state taxes you already paid with the Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
The most important thing that I want to carry on, my dad has a strong belief in, it sounds so simple, but taking care of the customer. And so to stay humble and realize that we are lucky to have them, I think that's an important trait to have.
4 News Now is brought to you by wogrant.org.
Around the nation, officials say they're seeing an alarming increase in the usage of a form of fentanyl cut with an animal tranquilizer.
The Biden administration officially declaring the mix an emerging threat. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez explains what the historic declaration means.
This is the first time any administration has declared a substance to be an emerging threat to the country. Now the Biden administration has 90 days to coordinate a national response. A potentially deadly drug mix spreading across the U.S.
in almost all 50 states now.
Fentanyl cut with xylazine, the animal sedative, can do major damage to humans, leaving some users scared and wounded.
It removes 7 pounds of flesh and 1.5 liters of pus. It's been open for 21 months. That's how horrible it is. Trying this doesn't let your body heal.
For the first time since the passing of a 2018 law allowing it to do so, the Biden administration taking the unprecedented step of officially declaring a substance an emerging threat. It means some of President Biden's more than $46 billion drug budget request to Congress can be used to respond. The money could help pay for drug testing, data collecting, and developing treatments.
We're sending a clear message to producers and traffickers of illicit xylazine and illicit fentanyl that we're going to respond quicker.
An uphill battle in an ever-changing drug landscape.
Both the types of drugs have changed from predominantly organic to predominantly synthetics, but the way drugs are bought and sold have also changed. Now all you need is a phone in the palm of your hand and a social media app.
Last month, the DEA issued a public safety alert about the widespread threat of fentanyl mixed with xylazine. In 2022, approximately 23% of fentanyl powder and 7% of fentanyl pills seized by the DEA contained xylazine. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Well, the cost of putting food on the table is going down. Grocery prices fell in March, the first decline since September of 2020, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The data shows that prices for fish, eggs, poultry, and produce fell slightly from February to March, although bakery items, cereals, and non-alcoholic drinks did become more expensive. This month-to-month decline is a relief, but grocery prices are still more expensive on an annual comparison. A Republican mega donor bought 3 properties owned by Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas and his family, according to ProPublica reporting.
And the justice did not disclose the transactions. According to the ProPublica report, Harlan Crow bought the Savannah, Georgia properties in 2014 through his company for just over $133,000. Ethics law experts say the failure to disclose the transaction appears to be a violation of the law. In a statement to CNN, he purchased the property to, quote, one day create a public museum at the Thomas home dedicated to telling the story of our nation's second black Supreme Court justice. CNN also reports the justice has since sold 2 of the properties, but he still owns the one in which Justice Thomas's elderly mother lives.
We have some breaking news tonight. A man is barricaded in a home near Moran Prairie Elementary School. Police on the scene say that he has a long rifle and has been shooting out of a house there. SWAT team on scene right now. We've seen multiple vehicles in the area. 57th and Glen Rose are both blocked, and we have a crew that is on the scene gathering more information and videos. We've had many phone calls from viewers who are in the area, and police want to get this information out to everyone as soon as they can so that everyone stays safe. We will continue to give you updates. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Our priorities, they've changed.
Hey Lexus, play my music.
It's not just about getting ahead or the constant grind. It's about knowing what you want.
Watch for traffic.
And focusing on what matters. Welcome to the next level. This is the Lexus NX. With intuitive tech and our most advanced safety system ever.
I just don't think STCU could handle us. We've grown a lot.
Can I be frank with you? Not just because that's my name. No, we've upgraded our tools, team, and bring a fresh perspective.
So what's your pitch?
Slow down a bit. Growth's great, but uncontrolled growth, now that can be dangerous.
And how could growth be bad?
You ever seen a 6-foot-tall third grader sitting on Santa's lap? It's weird.
This is some sort of reverse psychology.
You can't drive 80 miles per hour down a highway that's not finished. You don't want to eat a grilled cheese.
I would have stopped at the first one.
I didn't know where I was going with that anyways.
I get your point, but I don't need STCU to help us slow down.
True, but we're happy to offer strategy and advice until you do need us. Sometimes, what's best for you doesn't boost our bottom line.
Sounds like STCU actually cares.
We do. All right, 3, 2, 1. Feel like we've had a breakthrough here today. STCU Business. Partner up.
It's spring decking season, which means the best time to get the best selection and savings before the summer rush hits. From the decking pros at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop, shop for wood.
Shop where the contractors go for the best ideas to make your backyard beautiful for summer. From a great selection of aluminum and iron rod railing to the best quality decking choices, Windsor Plywood is the one-stop shop to get it done.
Windsor Plywood.
It's the Spring Tune-Up event at Pal Cars in Airway Heights, Coeur d'Alene, and Spokane.
We're giving away $600 in free upgrades with every vehicle sold, like lifts, light bars, and tires, so you can customize your ride.
This week at Cal.
Next ET, we're at the courthouse for Priscilla Presley versus Riley Keough, inside the hearing over Lisa Marie Presley's estate. Plus,
I'm getting married. That's all that matters.
our exclusive with bride-to-be Vanessa Hudgens.
Are you in the thick of wedding planning right now? A lot more than I expected it to be.
Then only we're with Jason Bateman, what it takes to join his Hollywood Wordle Club.
It's that simple.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
If you're just joining us, we are following breaking news tonight. A man is barricaded in a home near Moran Prairie Elementary School, and we have a crew on the scene right now gathering video like you're seeing on your screen. Police say that this man has a long rifle and has been shooting in the area. As you can see there, SWAT teams are on the scene. This is at 57th and Glen Rose. And so this is an area, Aaron, as we know, that, you know, there's that Dairy Queen there, the elementary school.
As well.
It is after, it's close to 7 o'clock tonight, so hopefully all the kids are at home, but this is an area that parents know very well. It's trafficked by a lot of kids.
It's a busy intersection there as well, and if we can bring back that video that we showed earlier, you mentioned that the SWAT team is on scene. I believe that is the Bearcat, this from the SWAT team as well. That's their armored vehicle. Well, they will take officers directly to a scene and usually park that right in front of the house where someone has barricaded themselves inside. Once again, that's a heavily armored vehicle, so that's where police will establish their communication with whoever may be in that home with a rifle. Preliminary details, we don't have a lot of information, but we do have our news director who lives in the area, and she took this video for us, also telling us and showing us through pictures on social media that there are a lot of police officers in that area, so that we know that the response has been huge. We've had a lot of people call the news station asking for more information, telling us what they saw as well.
They're hearing helicopters that are above their homes. We've gotten some pictures from our viewers showing a long line of police vehicles that have been been in the area for quite a while now, so we appreciate all of the information, and we will continue to update you on KXLY.com.